The second part of our step 4 creating a totals map that we're going to look at is the 5 roads that we need to include in our map. This step is aided by your step 3 where you inserted maps of the location that you hoped to develop your project. For this particular step, you are going to want to use the road maps, the City of Moorhead road maps that you used probably in your second or third row of this column. You'll see I have mine pasted here. To start this off, all we need to do is copy. Remember, if you are wondering about the quick keys, you can either Alt click and then this table will come up, or if you'd like to, you can just click Control C. And then we head to our totals map with all the elements already on it, as you see, and we can paste it using Control V. You'll see the image come up. You can drag it as you see fit. I'm going to get it right up to the edge of the legend and the scale, and then I'm going to enhance the size. One thing that I would like you to note is that if you would like to change the size of your picture in general, if you go down to the bottom right hand corner, this little arrow icon will come up and you can extend the width of the map. So I'm going to do that a little bit here. Extend the width, enhance my size a little more. I'm going to actually spread it out. This might distort it a little bit, but that's okay. We're not overly concerned about it. Drag it down. Oops. Drag it up a little bit. Drag it across. We might as well use just about the entire space that we have available to us. Now, if you look back, it says that you need to include 5 roads, and this is worth 5 points. So in order to do this, I am going to use this background map to kind of give myself an idea as to where the roads go. Once I've gotten my roads pasted onto the map, then I no longer have to worry about this map and I can actually get rid of it. So to start, we'll just go ahead and insert a line. Remember, you can click here just on the line feature, or you can insert up here with line. We will do just a standard line, and we will start it up here on 40th Street, heading north and south, and bring it all the way down to 24th Avenue. You'll see that it's very difficult to tell where the line is for as of now. So what we'll do is, for one, change the color. If you go up to this pencil or pen, and then click on the color red. I like the color red, it sticks out. And then we'll also change the line weight or the size of the line. I like to use 8 because it's nice and thick. And there we go. I've got my road ready to rock and roll. Now we only need to include 5. There's one that we've got already that's set to be used. Okay, now that we have the one created, there's a really just easy way to sort of create the rest, and that just involves copying and pasting. Again, the quick key is just to Control C for copy, and then Control V for paste, and then my line comes up right here. The second road that I will go ahead and include is 12th Avenue South. You'll see that that road runs east and west, so I'll get my line so that it is correctly directioned, make it the appropriate length, and then you'll see I already have my 2 roads ready to go. My third road that I will go ahead and include is 24th Avenue. It's down south. Again, that is an east and west road. So Control copy, Control paste, bring the line down to around this area. Now, 24th Avenue has the roundabout. So what I'm going to do is make this 2 parts. To change the length of the line, all you do is grab from one end and then just bring it back. There, I've got my 24th Avenue roundabout ready to go. You'll see that there's another edge just over here. Control C, Control V for copy and paste. Bring it up slightly. It's at a little bit of an angle. Now you'll notice that it's actually at a little bit of a curve. There's a really easy way to do this as well. If you have a mouse, you can right click, but otherwise if you hold the Alt key and click, what you'll bring up is this little window. And then you can change the connector. See, we're at a straight connector right now. That just means it's just treated as a straight line. If we want to curve the line, we can go ahead and click the curve connector, That will bring up a little kind of a little funky curve that we can rotate around and hopefully get a little bit closer to the way the road actually looks. This takes a little bit of practice to get used to. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes a little bit easier, but it does get a little tricky at first. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it roughly kind of close. That's close enough. Okay, so we've got 24th Avenue South, 12th Avenue, 40th Street. We've got 3 of our 5 roads, so let's go ahead and add our next one. I see 34th Street over here. It's a nice long one. Let's go ahead and include that. This one will also break down into parts, just kind of like the other ones. Remember to just Control C, Control V, get our line. The first part is fairly straight, right like that. The next part is also fairly straight. You can almost just drag it up, make a copy and just drag it up right here. Shrink it down a little bit. Control copy. This is pretty much a straight shot up front. Control C, Control V. There we've got another little curve, so let's go ahead and try and make it a curved connector. There you'll see it actually almost just did it right for us. If we connect it the whole way. Whoops. Undo that. Okay, there we now have 34th Street. And then the last one that we'll add is this 36th Street right around, 41st Street, it looks like right over here. Oops, we can just go ahead and copy and paste. Control C, Control V. We'll do this one in a couple parts as well because it does have a little curve. Change the connector to a curved. Get just that little bend like that. Okay, so now we have our 5 roads, and you'll see that it was a pretty easy process if you just use the quick keys, and then it takes a little bit of practice to get used to, but it does a nice job. The last thing that I'm going to do, as you'll see down here, is we have our roundabout. To finish that off, I'm just going to go ahead and insert a shape. I'll put this in my legend later on, but if I want to go just another circle down here, obviously I'm going to have to shrink it up so that it actually fits the right size. It's blue as of now, which makes it hard to see what's behind it, so we'll go ahead and change the transparency. It is black as of now. Let's go ahead and just click white. Or I'm sorry. The fill color will be transparent. The line color, we'll keep it as a dark black. And then to finish off, I'll go ahead and just bring the road down that goes towards Horizon Shores. Change my connector to a curved. And there we go. Okay, you'll see now that I've got my 5 roads and they're actually on the map, ready to rock and roll. So the next step will be to look at the landmarks that are nearby.